So I'd like to know, what was your greatest thesis aha? A pivotal moment in the process, a surprise that had you land in a place that you did not expect. Tell us a short story, because we're out of time. Who wants to go first? Mo! Mo's up first, go.
I don't think oh, there it is. Okay, hello. I think one of my just core moments was spending time at the New York Public Library Picture Collection. Shout out to Adam Harrison Levy for making us go there. I went there just kind of earlier on in the semester after talking with my advisor, Alex, just knowing that I wanted to change the direction I was going in. And I just knew, okay, I want to study places. I want to study places where culture comes alive. And so I just went in there. I pulled folders of like Americanization, immigrant life, New York ethnicity. They have really cool systems. And I just took note of themes that I saw over and over and over again. And it just helped me realize that, oh, wow, ephemera existed then, it exists now, and it'll exist in the future.
Long live ephemera.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go down the line then.
Okay. Dang, Adam's getting all the shout outs today. But this is important. Do y'all remember this moment when we were in Adam's class and we were all kind of like beefing it over trying to find our final person to interview?
Yes.
And like frustrated with our interview results. And then Adam was like, well, how would you tell me about, you know, how you landed on your thesis topic? And I was like, I was just smoking weed on my fire escape with my close friend. And she turned to me and was like, we're divinely protected, and she was pointing to the Sankofa, and that kind of like initiated my journey. And that moment was really beautiful to me because it was like everybody in the class was like, that is it, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. Yeah, that was
Where I got
Yeah,
you.
it's a
That fire escape is like the moment.
Group momentum. July, what was your moment?
I think for me, it was deciding to do a skincare story. Like, I distinctly remember popping onto a Zoom meeting with Alex and being like, I know you've been telling me this for the past like month, but I really should just be writing about skincare. For a really long time, I was thinking about the cosmetic industry as a whole. But as I started working on my podcast, we were talking about different myths that relate to the skin. And I was like, oh, like, this is a skincare story. And that carried the work forward.
Deborah.
Well, mine also came through my Zoom with Alex, and I wrote it down. I've kept this. He told me core forms have a bilateral movement, internal and external. As a limited visual vocabulary, they are powerful. By virtue of being abstract, core forms lead to conversations, and conversations lead to human connections. So that's where the conversations and connections started to come from. So
Pivotal.
thank you.
Vlad, when did you know you found the thing?
I guess when I saw Palantir's video from their merch pop-up event in Seoul, Korea, and it looked into who designed the pop-up space, and it was this Korean small boutique architecture firm that otherwise designs like retail spaces for cute brands and matcha coffee shops, and the space itself looked like a contemporary matcha coffee shop for Palantir. And I thought, like, okay, that's my
Something's
people.
up there. We need to go after it. Okay, thank you. So the next is inspired by one of the prompts inside the publication is about, they say that you must write the thesis that only you are able to write. This is like definitely haunts us as we work on this work. And so I want to know what drew you? What is a deep part of your lived experience that inspired you to move you and challenge you, and so to be the author of what you've done? July, you're going to go first.
Yeah,
Start in the middle.
I feel like for me, I think one of the connections that I didn't always see is my background in like the performing arts. I feel like when I was younger, I always wanted to be part of like the film industry and to model and to do all of these things. And I think that's what introduced me to those early conversations about representation and beauty. I think it was through being on different sets and have people talking to me about how they do their hair or hiring different people to do their hair. And as I was going through my thesis, I realized like the issue of inclusivity in beauty for me stems so much deeper than just a single industry, and is really about how does the way that we format beauty and the way that we think about beauty and the way that we give people access to beauty open the door or close the door into the spaces that we're thinking we should allow them to be in.
Deborah, Why is this? This is so you.
Well, I think you said too to think about something deep, right? So actually, this is a shout out to John Key. Is John Key here?
John?
Oh, he had to go? Okay, well, John Key was one of it wasn't me, I can't remember the name of the class, I'm sorry, John. But he said I should write about the image of my husband and me tossing the core forms. So I think that also was very personal, a very personal relationship, long-time relationship, and yeah, John was the one who said, you really have to write about this
Yeah,
image.
it's
So
vulnerable. It's really brave, very brave and deep. Thank you. Vlad. You. I love
What
you,
was the
Vlad.
question?
The question, I'll repeat.
Right.
Classic.
Why
The
only
the
you
lived
could have
experience.
written
Yes,
that? Only you would have touched that thesis. So how come?
as someone on the at my previous job, penultimate job, I was working a bunch with web designers and really kind of getting into, I guess, acquiring taste in real time. I just felt like that acquired taste and how it causes me to react to Palantir's website is maybe like an entry point that not I also acquired taste, like, let's be real. But yeah, something about that I feel like led me to.
It's like almost like muscle memory or like instinct. Amazing.
Yeah. Pavlov dog, you know.
Yeah, I can't keep up with one. Mo, why you? Why this topic?
Why me? Why now?
Yeah.
Especially in the first semester, it was like every project that I did, every research rabbit hole that I went to brought me to the British East India Company. It's like even
ECT comes up again.
yeah, exactly. Like literally, which, was like kind of like one of our first kind of like major global conglomerates. And I was thinking about how, this company that existed like, 300 to 400 years ago has a direct effect on just the things that I interact with every day, like my morning coffee, like tea, morning tea, the mug that I use that you guys know I cried over. And I was just thinking a lot about how like these moments in our everyday lives come ultimately from these global histories. And as I was doing my inquiry, it was like, oh, like I'm someone who has moved between borders. I'm someone who has had these global contexts. And in the Strand bookstore, like when I was looking at a bookshelf that had like it was all about like American history, world history. In the middle of the bookshelf was this book called Alabi's World, which is my name.
Chills.
So it was kind of like, what am I doing here in the middle of this bookshelf? And so I bought the book, of course. And it was just interesting that it was like this thing of me right there when just my little sister and I were just like walking through the store just to see what was up. So
Yeah, book karma. Thank you.
calling me.
Tash.
Okay, I think quick 3 points. I think it's I'm a craft worker, so I'm a book artist, so it makes sense. But I'm also drawn to ecology and things found in the built environment. So I just listen to my body and where I feel things. Like if I see something and I'm like, that's odd, I kind of listen to where I feel it in my body. And that's how I always felt about the symbols. I'm kind of forgetting the question.
Why you? This thesis is you.
I'm also very culty. I'm very into like, my grandmother was very religious. We were Baptist, but my parents weren't religious. So I had the choice, like if I wanted to get up and go to church with her. And I always chose to. And then when she moved out, I like joined a random church in high school with this new girl at school and would go to their church, but I wasn't there for the church. I was like there for the like vibes, observations. I was also like weird writer. I got into like yin and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it has to do with being into craft and the like, there are a lot of things like Heather was saying, who I interviewed, like 99.9% of people in the entire world are not ever going to be documented in history. And so knowing that makes me very interested in how I can find ways to tell stories that people don't know about. And so, yeah, I think like, yeah, there's like other stories in New Orleans that I'm like, I'm ready to tell the story of. There's other stories here So yeah, I think because it's around craft and material and unknown stories in the archive, that's like my jam.
Thank you. Okay, so the last question is going to be a shout out to someone here or someone out in the web universe. So imagine that you opened a window for someone in the audience. You've moved them in a certain way. And they're listening with greater intent and an opportunity to drive change in the field or the ecosystem that they're in. Kind of like an open letter, direct it to someone. So just like, what is your message? What is your takeaway? You want to keep going, Mom?
Yeah, stop being scared. Like, stop saying things are witchy. Stop saying things are wooey. Stop saying things are too spiritual. Go after those stories, because those are the stories that people have tried to bury and hide and change and to call, oh, that's alternative, that's not real, that's not grounded. Something is grounded in something. It didn't come from anywhere. So stop being scared.
Deborah? Oh, yes.
I would say, for more information about conversations, read Cosmopolitanism by Kwame Anthony Appiah and continue the conversation.
Keep it going. Thank you, Deborah. July?
Shop Black owned. I think for me, the biggest thing that's come out of this is that there are so many people, founders with stories to tell, with products that they're passionate about. And so it doesn't matter if you're worried if a project's not for you, if you're not sure you're the target audience, like, support entrepreneurs because they need it now more than ever.
Vlad?
Bookmark everything, Zotero, Notion, screenshot, download web pages as HTMLs, just like everything.
Document. Take that, everyone. And last but not least, Mo.
I would say that dreams aren't bound by borders, but opportunity is. And so those of us who are gatekeepers in our own ways or help facilitate gatekeeping at the national level, local level, to really, really question what it is that you're opening and closing, because it directly affects global histories in real time.
All right, well, thank you all for your brilliant minds and your really beautiful words. It's such an honor to be here with you. And thank you all I know you all have been involved in this in some way or another. So thank you for being a part of it as well. So.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda.
So I'd love to welcome Molly. Where's Molly? Molly up for some.